We were actually approached by the United Nations and the UNHCR, which is the group that have the very difficult task of going into very hostile environments and setting up refugee camps. Amazing people. And I've had a chance to meet the head of the UNHCR and see a refugee camp environment and what it feels like. And they approached us because they were basically saying, look, we go into these environments and the first thing our workers, our aid workers want to do is they want to have a feeling of family, they want to have a feeling of connection. They want to share best practices. They want to actually know that when you land in one hostile environment, you have very tricky communications, what's the most important things to do? And then once they get that connection up, how is the best way to deal with a lack of food, or how is the best way to deal with all of the gunfire around? And so we actually worked on a bespoke solution that really created an environment where we can connect the refugee camps together. Now you can imagine that could extend beyond that once you have that capability to reconnecting families and so on. And so this was really sort of the first thing we saw. And at the same time as we were building that solution, we noticed this phenomena in the classrooms where, for a variety of reasons, often because of budget cuts, and we all know particularly what's going on in this environment today, how hard it is in terms of resources, that people were using technologies like Skype, and in particular we heard from our customer services people that teachers were starting to use it as a tool within the classroom. They were using it as a tool to get resources into the classroom, experts, best practices in terms of sort of expertise in teaching. People were starting to co-teach. I had the opportunity once to meet two teachers from New Jersey, and they literally co-teach 3 times a week using Skype. Two things that happened in that environment was, one, they found the children were much, much more engaged because, you know, it's technology and it's video and they actually have to be present and so on. And two, the teachers were learning from each other. They were taking best practices of how to use the technology and creating a new curriculum.